I was wanting to do fitness competitions. But, I lost this weight and I thought that I should feel great. I thought that I should have been on top of the world. I should have not been getting sick. I should, but I wasn't feeling my best. I wasn't recovering quickly or even slowly. I was tired. I was getting sick easily. I needed some sort of change, which I thought that I had from me losing the weight that I lost, but something was not happening in my body that needed to happen. So, I needed to find out what that was. So, long story short, I was introduced to Juice Plus, fruits, vegetables, and berries in a capsule. Too good to be true, right? That's what I thought, but I was open. I was open. I was already taking other supplements, so I was open to this natural way of trying something new. And Kate will be filling you in more of this when we get to her. But I will tell you how it made a difference. Actually, made all the difference in the world for me, and the results that I had from that within the first few months. My adult acne that I had never had as a teen was now going away, and I was able to get off the meds that I had been on for 2 years for adult acne that I didn't know why I was getting. I noticed I wasn't tired when I woke up in the morning after my workouts or during the day. And I would always be tired, and I wasn't anymore. I felt energized and recharged. My workouts were crazy. They were getting better and better. I was stronger and I was lifting more weight than I literally ever had before, even when I was younger. And I was 50 already at this point. Um, and my recovery time was so much shorter than it was before. And I was obviously older, and I was lifting heavier than I've ever lifted before. And my recovery time was shorter. And I was doing heavy lifting 3 times a week. Well, I still am, and cardio, and then endurance weight training days as well. My body actually started to even look better than it did from after I lost all the weight. My muscles looked fuller and more supple. My skin that looked crepey before was not looking like that anymore. It was smooth, and you were able to. I had and still have good definition in all my muscles, and it was because of the nutrition I was putting in my body, and I wasn't getting that before. And I did a couple of fitness competitions, and one of them was online through Women's Muscle and Fitness, and there was 20,000 beautiful women that started that competition. And after the rounds were done, and I was getting towards the end, but it was narrowed down to 32 women, and I was in that group. From 20,000 women, I was in the group of 32 women that were left in that competition. And of course, I did get, eliminated then, because then it was all the professionals that were in there, and that wasn't me. But that's okay. Just the fact that I went from there to there and did what I wanted to do, and am still there because of the nutrition that I put in my body every day. So with all that being said, I am going to hand the mic over to Kate, and she's going to go into much more of the whys and hows of Juice Plus, and also how it has helped her immensely as an athlete. Take it, Kate.
Awesome. Thanks, Lisa.
Mhm.
If for any reason you all can't hear me at any moment, please let me know. But hopefully my internet's going to stay strong for us here. I love Juice Plus so much. Let me tell you a little bit more about the plant powders. These are actually just fruits, vegetables, and berries. I'm traveling right now, so I dump all my fruits, vegetables, and berries into the same jar because it's easy. But it actually says nutrition facts on the back and not supplement facts. So it's actually real food. And I was an organic farmer for a long time, and this is really important to me. And what they do is they work direct with these farms to grow how they want them to grow. That means NSF certified. That means there's no any kind of toxins or herbicides or pesticides or heavy metals in there. So it's super clean, and it actually is better than organic. People ask, is this organic? And it's like, it doesn't have an organic label, but that's because it's actually better than organic. And I can tell you from
Are you
working
all
in the
right?
organic farming, uh, if you, and so what they do is they pick everything at
Sorry.
peak ripeness. If you can imagine going to the grocery store and picking an apple that's been there since last November, that started to lose its nutrient count by a lot. But everything is picked at peak ripeness, and within 48 hours is flash frozen, turned into a big slurry smoothie, and then dehydrated to pull out all the waters and the sugars and getting this super concentrated plant powder, essentially. So it's way better than any kind of multivitamin, and it's really concentrated food. The other thing that we have that's amazing is we have 15 extra plants in this smoothie. Can you all hear me okay? Hey, thumbs up. Awesome. So we got 15 extra plants in here. So fruits, veggies, and berries. We got 30 plants right here. And then we got 15 extra in this protein shake, which is amazing because it's not just a heavy protein hit. It is also has 15 extra plants in there. So that's 45 plants right there. And a little bit later, I'm going to tell you about the omegas. But this is super safe for our bodies. They call it safe for womb to tomb. So every part of our life cycle, it's safe for. And then research is really important. We have over 40 third-party peer-reviewed studies on how Juice Plus is helping in our bodies. And part of that is just bioavailability. And as an athlete, that's really important to be able to get stuff into my body. And the other great thing that we do is called Healthy Starts for Families. As a mom, I can get free Juice Plus from my daughter when I'm ordering for up to 4 years. So any adult taking Juice Plus can sponsor a child to be taking Juice Plus as well. So for me in the beginning, it was really a no-brainer. I first heard about Juice Plus from Nikki Cotton and Mariah Brown, who are two beautiful, bright-eyed, shiny women. And I was like, I would love to be a part of what they're doing. I'm not clear what it is yet, but I want to be a part of that. And so I jumped into the business. I jumped into the product. Shortly after that, I met Chris Cotton, who said to me, I'm going to be surfing when I'm 90. And I was like, well, I don't care what this is, I'm in, because surfing is my passion and surfing was that I love to do the most. So what I noticed similar to Lisa was that my skin cleared up a lot after taking it. Some depression I had been experiencing started to melt away. I think partially because of nutrition and partially because of the amazing community we get to be a part of here. But something that I didn't expect or didn't even really notice is that my recovery in surfing is incredible now. And so I have been able to, I'm a better surfer than I've ever been. I feel better in my body than I ever have. And there are times last spring, there was amazing waves coming through. I was surfing all the time. And so there's some days where I had literally 6-hour sessions in the water. I would get out after 3 hours. I would take my Juice Plus, my fruits, veggies, my berries. I'd drink my complete shake and I'd get back in the water again. And I was out there longer than anybody else. And then the next day, the recovery was amazing. I didn't feel awful. I don't feel awful. For me as an athlete, and I told some woman on the beach this yesterday, Juice Plus is absolutely non-negotiable for me. And because I want to be able to do my sport for a really, really long time, longevity is really important. And then we also have omegas, which as an athlete, again, also super important. This is our heart health and our brain health and our joint health. All the really important pieces so that heart and that brain connection to be able to be in our bodies, to be able to make decisions, quick decisions. This stuff's really important. So also, it's a vegan omega. So there's no fish burps. It's like those are super depleted. We don't have to worry about that because this is going right to the source of why fish have omegas. It's skipping the middle fish. And so these omegas are also delicious. I put it on my skin. I like to eat them plain, just straight up. And I was in my health course and we talked about every system of the body, like what do we need and what not get enough of in our diet. And it always was omegas, was always on the list. If you know any like elderly parents and you keep them healthy, omegas are really important. So it's amazing that we have a beautiful vegan omega source that's super clean. And then besides the omegas, the shake and the fruits, veggies, berries, that's 50 extra plants you can be getting in a day. And if you imagine, like, I can't sit there and eat that in a day, not possible, but I can now, I do get it in my body every single day without question. We also have the Tower Garden, which I cannot bring with me here in my van, unfortunately, but it is growing home at my home. I have a friend looking after it. And I know when I get back that I will have a beautiful Greens Tower Garden aeroponic growing system full of plants. And if you look over, Abby's got one growing in her house right now. So this is an amazing way to get extra clean fruits and vegetables fresh into our bodies every single day, is having it growing in our house. So if this makes sense to you, but you're like, I need a little more accountability, we also have the Shred 10 program, which is a way to come together at the beginning of the month with a bunch of other amazing folks who are cutting out the things that aren't serving us in our diets and adding more fruits and vegetables in. It's kind of like a jump start to better health. And we do it together, so it's fun and it's exciting. So if you're like me, you might want to know a little bit about the business. You know, I'm here in Baja right now on a surf trip, living the dream, and I'm still able to work because I'm a part of this amazing community. And so I want to just introduce Kristen, who's going to tell you a little bit more about the business. Kristen, if you can hear me, take it away.
I can hear you. Okay. I was trying to mute somebody. Somebody came on and their line wasn't muted. So, and then I was muted. So anyway, now I'm all on it. So yes. I admire you, Kate, for taking your job on the road and really taking your passion on the road. So it's kind of all in the same. So I love that you're doing that. And I want to talk a little bit about this amazing business that we have that allows us to get to do what we love and still be entrepreneurs and still make some money. My journey really started in 2015 when I was introduced to the product. And as a registered dietitian, honestly, I did not really believe in it very much. But I finally took the leap and started taking it. And my belief changed after my chronic joint pain that I had had from being a Division I gymnast at Oregon State University, go Beavers. I had chronic pain for a really long time due to I had 5 surgeries in the 4 years I was at college. And it was catching up to me. And I really was starting to see that the end of my athletics was it was coming to an end. Like it was starting to hurt to put the dishes in the underneath cabinet when I had to squat down to put dishes away. And but I was introduced to these powders. My belief was small until that joint pain started going away. I also was able to get off of 3 allergy medications that I was taking every single day for years, a nose spray, an eye drop, and a pill. And the biggest thing that I never thought would happen for me is that I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease when I was 6 years old. And I had never gone a day for 43 years without medication. And today, the medication that I once used to use in 1 month now lasts me 8 months. So I knew after that, I became a believer. I started out very skeptical as a dietitian, thinking you could get everything that you needed in your body from the food you ate. And I should have known better because, I've been a dietitian now for 30 years. And I work with people every day. And 30 years ago, I was telling people to eat more fruits and vegetables. And 30 years later, I'm still telling people to eat more fruits and vegetables. Yeah, someone coming on the line. I was just going to try to mute them, but I can't find their. I need
Hey,
the.
Tanya, would you mind muting yourself, hon?
Oh, there it is. There, I can go. Okay. So, anyway, so I digress. Where was I? So once I saw the value for myself, I really couldn't deny that it was working. And it was just a natural thing to share. And I joined the business. And I'm telling you, so about this time, a couple other things were going on in my life. My husband, who was a senior leader in the Air Force, and despite me having a job for a while, I had become a stay-at-home mom, and really my job was to be his support person, and I loved it. I'm not taking anything away, but I really became this college-educated support person for my husband. I was craving purpose. I was craving connection with other women, and I was craving something that I could call my own. My husband was covering our expenses, but I also wanted to have my own money. We weren't desperately needing my income, but I wanted to be able to contribute. So Juice Plus it became kind of a natural fit for me with those desires and that belief in the product. It was just something that I could do very easily. And I'll say today it's become like a tool in my personal and my professional tool bag. So my athlete tool bag and my professional tool bag. As an athlete, like Kate said earlier, it's become my primary performance and my primary recovery enhancer. And I think she said it perfectly, how she can be in the water for 6 hours and wake up the next day and be ready to hit the waves again. I'm a cyclist now. I don't do gymnastics anymore. That's not really, that's not a very sustainable sport for a 50-year-old, but I do cycle a lot, and I can get on my bike and go 60 miles and at 53 and get right back on the next day without any problem at all. And I really attribute that to putting 45, 50 servings of fruits, vegetables, and berries in my body every single day. Because honestly, I think I was saying earlier how, as a dietitian, uh, 30 years ago, I was telling people to eat more fruits and vegetables. 30 years later, I'm still telling people to eat more fruits and vegetables. And the bottom line is we're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. And so that idealistic idea as a dietitian that we can get everything we need from what we eat, it may be true, but no one is doing it. And when I say no one, the CDC says that 90% of us are not getting enough fruits and vegetables. Um, I just wanted to go into and as a dietitian, it's just become a way, and as an athlete, it's become a way that I can just offer something to other either athletes or clients for them to get better nutrition in their body. I work with a lot of gymnasts, and like I said, I had 5 surgeries in the 4 years I was at college, and I'm pretty convinced I had stress fractures in both shins. I'm pretty convinced that had I had quality nutrition in my body back then, I might have been able to save myself a surgery or two, and I know I wouldn't have had some of those other things like the stress fractures and things like that that really could have been that weren't like an injury, weren't a fall related. So just a few facts about the company. The company's been around for 50 years. Juice Plus, the fruits, the vegetables, the berries, the fruits and vegetables, they've been around for about 25 years. And then more recently, they've added the omegas, the shakes, and the Tower Garden have kind of come in a little bit later. Their Juice Plus is in 20 countries, and we just opened up in Mexico. So Kate, you probably got like I see a tax write-off vacation down there in Mexico. So we just opened up, Juice Plus just opened up in Mexico. The company supports their partners in the field. So all the orders that are submitted, shipped, and paid through corporate. So really the only thing as a distributor, the only thing that we do is we share about this product with other people, and we help them submit an order. We don't keep any inventory on hand except for the stuff that we're putting in our bodies. The company does all of that. I love that. The other thing that Kate is so awesomely showing right now is that you can work where you want, when you want, and with who you want. So that is really the creme de la creme of being an entrepreneur. And for me, I live in sunny Arizona, but not so pleasant to ride a bike after about 9 a.m. on a summer morning when it's already 105 degrees by 9 a.m. You got to get out early. And if I had a 9 to 5 job, there's no way I would miss it all. I'd be at work the whole day and it'd be too hot. And so I feel like as an athlete, I have the freedom to get up and either get out for an early ride or enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning and then go out for a ride and then work my business. It has given me so much time flexibility that I really I love that about this business. What is it? It costs $52 a year to have your own business, $1 a week to own your own business. So there's just so many perks. And I guess what the company has done for me, it's allowed me to continue my desire for purpose. Like I said before, I was really looking for purpose and looking to do more good in this world. It's allowed me to do that. It's given me time flexibility. Like I said, I can ride whenever I want. It's allowed me to, as a personal trainer, it's allowed me to make double the money without having to put in double the time. I'm talking to my personal training clients. A lot of them are getting onto Juice Plus, and so I'm making my money. I'm having an additional stream of income without having to work extra long hours. I just do my Juice Plus business right alongside my other work. And so that has been really positive. I'm making money to share something that I'm sharing anyway. I love this product. I will take this product till the day I die. And so I'm sharing it and living it, and just as I go about my day. And it's allowed me to do things that like I said, my husband we decided I would be a stay-at-home mom, but it's allowed me to do like extra fun things for my family that I never thought I'd be able to do. I took my kids on we chartered a fishing boat in Southern California for a day, and I took my kids out on the boat. We've rented a house for a week in San Diego. We've made donations to our church's youth group. We've purchased video equipment for my son's lacrosse team so that they could so that the kids could send recruiting or tapes to colleges. And I've been able to be a primary sponsor for their high school club team. Those are things that we probably, had I not have this business, we probably would not have done. So I love that it has allowed me to have more financial freedom. So I just encourage you guys, if you haven't ever experienced this product, I encourage you to experience the product. If you haven't, or if you're looking for something in your life to add an additional stream of income, I encourage you to just sit down for a little 15, 20-minute one-on-one and really see if this business might be something for you. And I think I'm going to toss over to Abby. And I think Abby has a pretty awesome story too about how she's living her best athlete life ever. So take it away, Abby.
Thank you, Kristen. Thanks so much for sharing, ladies. I'll keep it nice and short so we can respect your time. Just a little bit about myself. Basically, 4 years ago, I was just feeling really stuck. I was in an unsupportive office environment. I loved the work that I was doing and that I was helping kids and families, but I was just unhappy because I had a super hectic schedule and I never had enough. Like, I was counting the vacation time down to the minute. It's like, I either going to go visit my family and, like hang out with my nephews as they're reaching these milestones, or I get to go on the river, or I get to go on a trip or a vacation. And it just didn't work for me. I also noticed I was getting sick pretty regularly, and my caffeine habit, I had to have caffeine at least twice a day just to get me through the day. But then a friend of mine, she introduced me to these capsules, and I learned how to flood my body with over 30 different fruits and vegetables. And it has made such a huge impact. I replaced my morning coffee with a smoothie, and then my afternoon coffee with my plant powders, and I began feeling so energized. I noticed that I wasn't getting sick as often as my coworkers, so I wasn't missing out on all of those things I wanted to do, the trips I wanted to go on. And I also noticed that I was able to recover a lot faster between workouts. I really got into barre classes, and I was able to go like 6 days a week when my friends needed 2 or 3 days in between classes to bounce back from them. I also noticed a difference with my running. I actually just tested it out this last week just to see. And I didn't have my shake first thing in the morning, which is it's a part of my morning routine. I do this every morning, but this morning I didn't. And I went for a run and it was really challenging. I noticed a huge difference. So that is something like what we fuel our bodies with. I do notice a big difference there. So I have more energy when I start my day with these shakes. I bring them with me after. So when I go up to the mountain to go snowboarding, I always throw one in the car. I just do the little single serving ones and bring that with me in the car so I can have one right afterwards. That helps with my recovery. And these are what got me through on the river. They sustained me throughout the day. It's hard with the trips and planning around like different dietary restrictions. So I always know that with these and my plant powders that I'm going to get enough vegetables in, even if, the majority of the meals that are provided are going to be like really carb heavy or things that aren't just normally in my diet. So that's been something that's been really helpful. Since I made this simple change to include these plant powders, I've started to crave salads and vegetables every single day. I've since left my office job that didn't suit me, and I found inspiration in helping others through preventative health and nutrition. So now I'm growing my own produce year round in my tower garden, have it indoors and outdoors in the summers, and I'm sharing these with my friends and family. For me, like when you find that thing that makes you feel so good, I can't help it. I have to share it with everyone I know. And I'm just starting to share it with strangers too. I'm just like, oh, I love this stuff. So it's made a huge impact on my life. I'm so grateful to my friend and fellow yogi to introduce me to it. And, like the other lady said, this is something that's going to be a part of my diet for the rest of my life. So thank you so much for letting me share my story.
Thank you so much, Abby. And thank you so much, ladies, for giving us your incredible, inspirational, motivational stories. I'm sure it motivated everyone. And did everybody kind of notice the underlying theme with us all? Like one of the main things for for athletes was the recovery. We all talked about the recovery, how we felt before we had it, and then how we feel now. And when we started our journey with Juice Plus, what a difference the recovery was. So that was the underlying theme that I pulled from all of us. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. And does anybody have any questions? We're here to answer whatever questions you have about product, business, and if you don't have any questions right now, you can get back to the person that invited you to this wonderful Zoom that we're having tonight, or Take Healthy Back call. But I'll open it up. Does anybody have any questions? No. All right. I don't think so.
You know
Oh.
what? It's Caprice.
Hi, Caprice.
Hi. So first of all, thank you. I mean, all 4 of your stories were so freaking amazing. so it was awesome. So thank you. I just want to say thank you for putting this together.
You're welcome. All right. So yeah, if there's no questions, please get back to the person that invited you to this call, because you don't want to miss out. You want to start this journey as soon as possible so you guys can recover the way we're recovering. So
Yeah.
you guys have a great night, and thank you so much.